Hello, it is Lord Haywire. I am streaming some 2D 4X today. Oh man, that thing popped up over here. It says it's not working, so I guess we'll keep refreshing that. And this over here, this is my chat thing. 2D 4X is an open source game that I'm making. It is a 2D 4X game made with Godot. Okay, so one thing's working over here. I have to like double check all the time now because one time recently chat did not work and I could not see people were posting messages and I felt like a dick because it was like I was ignoring them, but I wasn't ignoring them. I just couldn't see the chat because it broke. Anyways, it's open source. It is, inspired by like Dominions and Paradox Games. We got counties and things. I do this like little opening every time I do this stream, and I don't like doing it because it's I've done it so many times. All right, get to the nitty gritty. Shut up about this stuff, right? All right, so last time I streamed, there's a lot of my things here that I've done that have like a ton, especially right now. So we're working on this county improvement control, county improvement container. Look at all these variables. And it dawned on me, why haven't I been using export groups? I like forgot they existed. I was working on a different program or a different game, and I was like, wait, export groups? I should be doing all these with export groups. It would be way better. So that's what I'm doing now. Export groups. We're going to add some export groups in. We're not going to do it like right this second, but it's just to remind myself, so what an export group does is when you're in the inspector, I don't think I have very many or any at all, possibly. It will put a little, well, this one does. So this is an export group. I typed in this and, here's the county info and here's containers and shit. Goes there, and then here's some buttons. So basically I'm going to break up things a little bit better again because I just stopped doing it for no apparent reason. And it's the way to go to keep some organization going, So that's on the list there. I put that at the top. I thought about this like when I wasn't streaming. It just popped in my head like, why the fuck am I not doing that? So I just put that up there to remind myself. We're going to put it over here. Oh yeah, that thing. Research bool for, so this has been the next thing that we're going to work on. So what I'm going to do today is combine, I wrote this like pretty long. So sometimes when I'm running into, I'm not quite sure how different things are going to be, I just write it all out and then I combine the code later, which I can't remember where this shit is, that I was working on. And basically we're working on these if we go into this, I'm all over the place this morning. If we go into here, it's what these show, and these are very complicated. It's a pretty complicated script of what it's doing. Like what does it show goods produced? Like this has goods, this has construction cost. Here's an input. Let's say it takes inputs are like, so this is a building that you're going to build on your county. And it takes 10 wood to produce 5 money and 6 fish. So that's what this is. And this is not real numbers. These are just test numbers. So it has to do a bunch of stuff. And one of the problems that we're running into, well, the next step is to figure out, like, so there's this research office, which is different than all the other buildings because it produces research, but it's not like a real thing. And so I've been like kind of going back and forth on how I want to do that. And I think the only way to really do that is to put a bool or some sort of like building county improvement type. And so because I read something a long while ago that said like basically bools aren't that useful. If you're going to use a bool, is there ever a possibility that you might have a third choice? Because a bool, you only have yes or no. So you only have 2 choices. And if there's ever a possibility of having a third choice, you probably don't want to start with a bool. So just start with like an enum, and then you can pick from the 3 things and you can keep adding to that. So I was thinking maybe I'll make an enum that says, if it's the building type, the county improvement type, that's probably what we'll do. And once we get that working, there's a thing which all of a sudden I can't remember where it is, and it's not where I think it is because, everything's everywhere. Here it is. we have this crazy, this is part of the problem here. We need to have this county improvement status to researching. Um, we have this crazy switch that I need to combine and make better, which I'm going to have ChatGPT take a look at. But then I have all of this down here, which is basically, this is just all the same code. All the way, all of these are just all the same code, but there's just a tiny bit different, and I can combine a lot of this. And that's what we're going to do today after we fix this. Add in this research thing. I usually, what happens is I have like these grand plans, and then I end up working on just the tiniest part. So we'll probably not even get past this research thing. But I think maybe a building type. I'm double checking like chat. I should just test. I should just do a test. I'm just going to do a test post with an exclamation point because I like exclamation points. We'll do a test post on each side. I see one came through. They both came through. We're in good. Whoops, that's not an exclamation point. It's a typo is what that is. All right, we're fine. Everything's good. All right, so I think that's what we're going to have to do. I also, in my other game, did I add this to my list? I started fucking around with save games, and it dawned on me I'm going to have to do a lot of work on this one to make it savable, and especially because I'm going to do multiplayer. So let's put a thing... saving and loading, because we need to start working on that. There's going to be it's not going to be an issue. I guess no, we'll make it an issue. I'm moving this up to the top here. So a lot of the things in the in progress area are kind of just reminders until I get them back into my head. So like this export groups isn't going to stay here forever. And it's also like little localization I got to remember to do. I'm actually doing that pretty steadily these days, so I probably could put that somewhere else. But we'll leave it there for now. Unhandled input is, I've been having this issue with things clicking through, and my music suddenly got really loud. Music you guys can't hear. Unhandled input is so I've been able to click. I've been having this issue where I can click through things, and I think that maybe I might be able to find a solution with unhandled inputs. I'm clicking on all the wrong stuff. Speaking of that, tooltips, all those things down here. Translations for a key, like a question mark, all sorts of things. I was thinking I just got to make it so that I don't use any question marks for translations. But yeah, I'm all over the place this morning. Let's keep on task here. Research bool for research, unless we have some sort of building type. I think we should do a building type. Is there any way we can already do that? So county improvement data is where this is a resource, so this is a built-in Godot thing. And you know, the more I read about how this export, whatever this is, a keyword, I don't know what this is called, but this export thing, like everything, so even for saving, so when you save it, when you save a resource, it only saves the things that have export in front of it. And then when I was doing a duplicate, it only duplicates things with the word export in front of it. Which is kind of a problem, honestly. And look at all these things. We have all these, like, and we're not talking about these. This is a method, so it doesn't need export in front of that. Then I have this stupid new copy thing that I have to use. But maybe part of it is that there's not export in front of this. Some of these we're not going to be able to put export in front of them because they're custom things. This one should be okay. Maybe we should put some export groups in here too while I'm adding these. Let's do it. The fuck is this thing? Description button. Improvement texture. Let's look at one of these. So this is the whole panel container. That's what this is? I wonder why we're storing that. Oh, it wasn't exported before. We must be doing something with this thing. So we can put an export group right here, though. And we'll say this is going to be called improvement information, maybe? We can just go info. Then we'll put an export group right here. And we'll go construction costs. We could go, this is a group, skills, skill and interest. Whoops. I'm so used to putting a semicolon in there. Oh, wait, it went away. Current amount of construction. So this is like building. This is, maybe I'm going a little too hardcore here with these groups. This is construction. Yeah, this might be a little too hardcore. Let's just cut that. And this one. But see, we have some of these don't have export on them. I think we're going to run into all sorts of problems with this. And maybe this was my problem with the copy all along. This could be types, resource types. We want this, though, to be up here. Man, I've been doing a lot of editing in Word, and it's really a bummer that Word doesn't work the same way where you can just like click here and then copy, and you get the whole line, and Control X to blow away a line. I don't know if we're going to need this non-tangible goods produced. This is going to be export group, outputs, and this is going to be export group. I guess I'll put it here. Daily resource generation, and yeah, we got problems there. Export group. Whoops. Inputs. And then this should be up here. And this inputs, and I thought we changed this last time. How is this working without any? Input resource and goods is wood. How is this just one? Oh, this is a dictionary. Okay, no, that's fine. Here we have our status, and then after this, it's all methods that affect this data. See, the problem with this, let me go back to here and build this. And you guys can see what those exports do, those groups do in real time. Yeah, this isn't going to work, though. Oh, this says description button, but it's actually a panel container. It probably originally was a button. I should probably rename this. We'll rename it right now. That's not the problem with this thing, though. So some of these things can't be exported because, yeah, I think this is going to be a huge problem when we turn this into a save game thing. Let's look at that again. So Godot save resource. I swear I read this. It had to be an export. A singleton for saving resources to the file system. I don't think, where was I reading that last night? There was something, it wasn't resource saver. It was like, no, I think it was a dock. It wasn't so bright in my eyeballs. I think there was a save game tutorial or something. We're using C#. Didn't mention that earlier. Export. No, maybe I merged something that had nothing to do with anything. We'll hope that that doesn't apply to anything. I actually don't really want these things to be exported. It's fine. But anyways, back over to here. Oh, we couldn't build it because of that. Did I save this shit? Yeah. Man, that was taking some time there, and it didn't work. What the fuck? We're in a different spot. Wind, how's it going? We're looking at the wrong part anyways. Let's see. Let's go to our resources. I was just adding a bunch of export. I don't know what these are called, actually. This part of the code. I was calling it, it's not a keyword. You're still alive? Me too. Sometimes I feel like I barely am surviving, but you know, I have like my life is so easy compared to any other time prior in my life. Like each day is easier, and I don't really have anything to complain about, but I will. I mean, I'll find something to complain about. What the fuck am I looking for here? We just want any old county improvement here. All right, so I added all these things. So this is what we were doing, is putting these things. But the one problem is, like, we have this is not part of the status, you know. Yeah, I swear to God, I read that somewhere last night, and then I was just trying to find it, and I couldn't find it. So that's going to be a problem with this guy, because we can't export this for some reason. It doesn't, because it's a custom thing. I mean, I assume that's what that was. Let's make sure I saved that again. I did. Yeah. Can I export node members? Yeah, so we're gonna have to figure out a different way to do that then. Let's put a note on that for when I really get to that part. I was adding some stuff in this panel container. I don't remember. It's this. I don't remember why we're saving this into the county improvement data. There must be some reason, but I'm just going to put a note here that says this can't be exported, so we need to change how it works. I'm getting side. I have this plan to do something, and then I'm like, wait, let me do this other thing. You know. But I think we're good for this part. I think we're gonna have to do. We can do a bool, but I think the real thing we're gonna want to do is just have an enum, because we might need another type. So what we'll do is we'll put right here. Improvement type, and then we'll just have 2 for right now, because that's all I need. We might need a third one already that I'm thinking for the warehouse issue. The warehouse issue, and then we'll just manually set this. Let's do it with 2 first, though. We'll do standard, and then we'll do research, comma. And then we'll do, you know, I was planning, that's what I was in, was the county improvement data That's what this is. This is the data for this, but I don't, like I said, I can't remember why we're doing this. Might be like something we could get rid of. Sometimes I can find, you know. Like, I don't know why I'm saving that to the county improvement data. In fact, it doesn't even look like I'm using it. Probably it was some idea I had at some point. In fact, I'm going to put that in this note. It doesn't even look like I am using this. I mean, we could just comment it out and see what happens. God damn it. Well, yeah. It's just those two things. Do I just delete it now and to hell with it? That's a solution. Just delete the goddamn code. That's always. I don't think I was even assigning it to anything. This was just that copy thing. Yeah, I wasn't using it. I must have had some plan for it, or maybe I found a way around it. But it doesn't look like there was. So I was assigning. Was I assigning it? I don't. It would have told me now at this point. Yeah, this is this weird thing. Oh no, this is a different weird thing that's new that I have to fix. But I think, is this related to the other thing? No. That's very descriptive of me. I just have to rename these stupid things. But, okay, so we have that in here. Let's build this, and let's assign these county improvements to standard and then research, and then we'll fix the other thing, and then we'll start combining the code that we don't even, we'll use the stupid T thing that I don't quite understand. We'll get everything working exactly how we want. Where did I put this? I didn't put it in here. I just created it. Okay, so this up here, let's put this. We're actually not using this thing either. There was a plan to use that, but we don't need it right now. Oh. So let's comment it out. Let's get rid of shit we don't need. Let's put this. Let's put this right at the top. Yes. County improvement type. I'm not going to put county improvement. I still think I can get rid of the word county. I can't think of any faction level improvements. I keep I keep just leaving it there because I have a feeling that I'm going to. You know what? Now I'm worried. Let's rename this to county improvement. I'm going to eventually somehow think of a faction improvement. So, what game is that? Victoria 3. In Victoria 3, you get these things where they're like, I forget what they're called, edicts or something, where they're like spells you cast on your counties. And they're a real bummer because you only cast them on one county, and it doesn't make any sense. They should be cast on all of your counties, like on your whole nation. Victoria 3 doesn't have spells, but you get what I'm talking about. So you cast it on one county, and it really feels so you only cast it on like this, let's say, but it really feels, well, this is ours. It really feels like you should cast it on your whole nation, and so I think maybe that would be like a county improvement, or sorry, a faction improvement, maybe. All right, so we have this thing. We just got to set these. We got to build this and set these. And we're going to fix this stuff too. Standard. The only one we got to change is this one. Research. Okay. So then from here, maybe I should just fix this right now since it really wants me to. It's kind of a pain in my ass. On building confirmation dialogue. Stupid thing. What is this in? Building confirmation dialogue makes sense. That's going to be over here. And that is going to be county improvement. And we got to fix this thing. And then we're going to go to source. And then we got to pick. Except I didn't build it. Then we got to go visibility changed, connect, go to source, pick, connect. What is your problem down here? Oh, it's just something that doesn't matter. You know, I started getting this bug in another game too, this exact bug, and then it went away on its own. So this is something I need to report to Godot. And they might just say you're doing it wrong. It's whenever it's the auto load is when it started happening. So do I have an auto load in here? I think I do, yeah. It's when I started using an auto load in another one. It's like the auto load's too fast or something. All right, let's fix this other thing. Totally off topic here. What is this thing? We're in the population description control. And so we can go over to here. And it's probably here. Yep. You got to build it. Did I save it? Yes. Disconnect. Oh, it's not done. Disconnect. I noticed that they did some optimization for builds. The building, they said in one of their things recently. We should probably test this shit. Make sure I'm not breaking stuff. Yeah, I wrote a drag and drop menu that was actually surprisingly easy except for one part. And for my other game, for one of my other games that I'm never going to finish, we're not getting any bugs, so we're fine. And then I was like, wait, for me to truly test this, I need to be able to save things and load things, and so then it like added a whole new level of complexity that I wasn't prepared for. So then I started working on that, and I got the save part going. And that made me start thinking about saving in this game, and I was like, "Oh shit, this is gonna be a way. I need to rethink everything. I need to start planning for that because I'm digging. It's the same as like localization. While I was talking about in multiple other streams, where like the longer you wait to start working on localization, the more painful it's going to be. So I started working on it, and I got to do the same thing. I'm not going to do it this weekend, but probably next weekend. And my plan is to start moving things into like a save game area. And we need to do it anyways. So, and then I'll put like a save game button somewhere, wherever. Well, here, I'll hit play. This is on research description panel. Yeah, I'll put like a save button somewhere. Maybe I'll do an escape. Maybe I'll add in like the options thing for the, just might as well throw that in and just have save and load on it for testing. Research description panel. We need to disconnect this guy. I need to connect to this guy. I don't know why all of a sudden I wanted these things to be named differently. It never cared. Research panel. No, resource is. There we go. Resources, build. And disconnect. No, not disconnect all. I guess it wouldn't have mattered. Connect, go to source, pick. I no longer type that in there. I always pick now. That was a thing that I've learned. Always pick. It makes your life easier. All right. Here we go again. That's sidetrack is now done being sidetracked. We have the new thing in there that says the type of building. So that's okay. County improvement panel container. This is that container here. I guess we're not running. We are running. This is these things. And so this will help with that type will help us adjust what we're going to show on these good produced or whatever. So we're going to go back to this like kind of massive clusterfuck over here. Let's put some whatchamacallits in here. Man, when we start the load process is going to be a nightmare to figure out what the issues are. I'm just thinking about it. Let's put some export groups in here because this is kind of out of control too. And remember, so this is, last time I was like going through like, when does the fucking construction part end? And I was like looking through this, like, I feel like that's all I did last weekend was try to figure out the order of this shit. And then when I was done streaming, it popped, why don't you use export groups, man? So what is this first one going to be? Well, I know what we want. I don't know what we want. I want construction to be one of them. So let's cut that and put it down like here. We can probably put a space there just to have remnants, construct, current builders, number, current builders, construct button. Hiring label, I think we decided we're not doing that. So let's just mark that out of there. Yeah, and then wherever the fuck it is, get it out of here. Let's delete as much shit as we can. So I do this thing where I comment stuff out, and then like tomorrow I'll delete it. Because it will give me like time to know if I fuck something up. So this is all construct stuff, so that's good. Zombies? Oh, is this zombie code? Yes, zombie code. So then I think we're going to need another export group. See, this is just a fucking mess, man. This is all construction stuff, so that's good. Workers, adjust workers, number, current workers, produce as needed, workers, improve. Okay, here's a spot. So this is going to be some sort of like workers area here. And then we can, as we go, we can add more of these. So, Joker, it's funny. I remember a long time ago you said, like, just in chat, like, export groups, I think, with a question mark. And then I used some, and then I completely forgot about it. And recently I was like, why wasn't I using export groups? So so with all this conversation, I keep talking about export groups. Part of it is because of Joker's suggestion from ages ago. All right. So subgroups. Oh, Jesus. So that's actually a pet peeve I have with, I've mentioned this before. with Godot is this. This makes me so mad. I don't know why. It's just these two. It's just these two things. I don't know. It's just those. All right. So on Ready, when these things are made, they update all these labels and they go through this crazy switch. And now we need to have it. How are we going to do this? Who's setting whom? What is setting these statuses? I know. I want it to not be buried. I just want it to be out there. I feel like the transform is like one of the most important things that you could ever look at. And it's like, why is it buried? Container sizing, kind of, but the transform. But that might be a Unity thing too, because transform is like the top thing in Unity. So how are we adjusting these? Because I don't remember. So when it gets instantiated, which is in here, create all county improvement buttons. It goes through this list, all county improvements, and it makes a copy of them, and it adds them to the parent container thing. And it doesn't fuck with their status, though. It just instantiates and makes a copy of their thing. So then after that, and it goes through all of them. So these under construction things. So I must be getting fucked with when you click build. So where was that building conference? I didn't even think we would look at this today. So you click yes. The county AI builds the improvement. What does that do? It sorts the list. It does a bunch of crap. Okay, so it says the under construction. So let's go back and look. Let's go back and look at. You come over here. I don't know why you're over there. I actually don't want you pinned, but you come over here for now. Somewhere. Attach over here. Come on. Come on, little buddy. Cooperate. Oh, you're all pinned. All the top is pinned. Okay, that's your problem. All right, just stay there then. Don't worry about it. So this switch, so that thing when you hit the build button, it goes to this under construction, which is fine, except when we do the research office. Well, let's think about what we've got to do here. This is the whole problem here is these, and we added a thing last time. We added like these different lists in the array. Well, they're arrays, but actually, I don't think they're there. We added a resource, a faction resource called research. So let's make this work correctly because it's not working correctly. Let's baby step this shit and then we'll delete all the stuff we just did. That's the plan. That's what this is deleting all this stuff that we did last weekend. So on the standard output is this one is the default. And we have some sort of update output goods not producing. So we have this non-tangible bullshit. And if the string is null or empty, so we were checking like a string against if we had typed in text to somewhere. Maybe it doesn't have export. No, here it is. What do we look? Okay, so the warehouse, I was thinking this was going to be empty. The warehouse, what was this under? Resource type. That's a good spot for it. Resource types. So the warehouse has nothing in here. Or sorry, the warehouse has stuff in here, which is where it's getting this. Will generate extra storage some number. And this is where this it's checking if this is null. But I think what we want to do I think what we want to do is get rid of this. I don't like how that is. So with all this we got to dig through this all this duplicate code here. Let's just take that out and see what happens, because I did change. We did add in research just for the research one. I don't know, the warehouse one's not going to work right now. Of course, it's at the bottom. Okay, so this is the research 0. And so I think this is the way we should do it. And this is what I was kind of going for. This is broken, but yeah, we need to fix that too. And that wasn't actually that hard. That was all we do is we tell it if there's 1, we put in 1. In fact, we could input goods. No, these are output goods. Why isn't doing that already? I figured this out last weekend, so why isn't it doing it? Maybe I didn't do it. Are any of these things working how they're supposed to? I can't tell. I don't think so. Yes. This one is. See, look at all this garbage. It's all the same. Here we go. Generate construction costs. So we can make this, we can copy this. So once again, we're going to make this all very convoluted and long. Now we're going to get rid of all this crap. We're going to combine it. I feel like it's so complicated at this point. It's not that complicated, but it's so easily fucked up that I need to make each one separate before I start smushing and deleting. What is this thing called? We have a grid container that is the construction material cost. We have an output and a input. Okay, so what we need to do is have, what are we in here? Input, grid container columns equals this, and then we'll, fuck you, go over here. Then we'll copy this. Wait, are we even looking at the right stuff? What the fuck is this thing doing? I only did this for 1. All right, I'm not even gonna bother. I'm just gonna write this method right now. Oh, except we need an else in there. Let's do this with the construction cost, because this is going to be the same pretty much, except we're going to pass in the grid container. So let's do this. Check for construction input out goods. Check for goods. I feel like that's a bad name. Private void. I've started this new thing where I forget to put void. That's like my new thing to fuck up. This needs to pass in a grid container. Check for not what cheese curd for the poutine. Check for grid container. So we have to pass in a grid container. The grid container will be this thing. This will be the grid container. What are we instantiating in here? We're instantiating, yeah, do that. Just a thing with a word of none. And then it's returning. I wonder why I had an else underneath that. Because it should blast out of there. If the goods is 1. Check for goods for columns. Golems. There we go. I like that idea. Okay. So let's see if it runs this thing and there's nothing in here. Like if these are empty, we can just get rid of this here and check for the fuck did I just call this thing goods? Why aren't you auto? You don't like me, huh? Check for goods. What is going on here? We gotta I got some problem here that I'm not aware of. The grid container is going to be construction material grid thing. What is your problem? I think I got a missing thing. A missing, Jesus Christ, yeah, I do. Or I have too many? No. I got something. One of these, see how there's not a line going down here? Something has gone south on me. Right here? There we go. I knew there was something in there. Okay. So I think it doesn't matter. We can have it return like a bool or something so it doesn't have to try that stuff, I suppose. I don't know. It might not even work at all. Testing. Always got to test everything. So construction goods is all we're testing, and this one does work. So that works. I mean, I like I said, I guess we could have like some sort of like this returns a bool so that it doesn't try to for each this shit. But I think how it works is if it this is empty, it just gives up and skips it. But I mean, we're going to turn this into a method too, because it's running this. This is the same pretty much on all of them. It's slightly, whatever. We'll get to that. Generate input good. So we should be able just to copy this crap. It's outside the for loop though. I was having a problem here. The for each loop. And this, we don't want it to go, this is going to go to the inputs. And we'll copy this because it's shorter. And this is going to go up here. And this is going to go to the outputs. And then let's run it and see what happens. We only have one test for this. Yeah, wait for tomorrow. That's generally what I've been trying to avoid. I do that a lot now. Man, this other game that I'm working on that I'll never finish, like I always say. So much where I'm just like, I have all these rules, like you guys probably hear me talk about all my rules that I have, like really long variable names, and you know, this is my new rule that I'm trying to do, is not put private here, because I actually find this now easier at the beginning. Like I liked private to be there but the two P's throw me off, you know, like because public starts with a P and private starts with a P. So I find this is easier. My new thing, so here's something. Fuck this thing, right? Oh, there's two of them. My new thing, it's just a mess. I'm doing get child all over the place like an idiot. God. What were we doing here? All right, so this looks like this works. The converted warehouse produces none, it has no inputs, and it has no construction cost. This is not working. So it should only have one column. So let's check our thing here. That was input, resources, and goods. That's output. Whoops. So we're counting. Oh, the list we need to pass it. We need to pass in lists too. Yeah, that's kind of a bummer. All right. Or whatever these are. These aren't lists. These are something else. Dictionaries. You know, it should have still worked because there was 0 construction costs. Oh, no, there was 1. There's 1. Okay, so we got to go. This is going to be kind of ugly. Let's put this down here. And we're going to have to pass in a dictionary, a Godot dictionary. And what is this thing? Faction resource data. And then we're going to need another one. I'm just going to put this, it's going to be real ugly. Actually, no, let's put this up here. And this is going to be the next thing is what, an int? Yeah. Oh, wait, this is not how we do this. And then this is going to be, get the fuck out of here. No comma. Faction resources. And then we're going to need another one of these called Godot. This is where this should be down here. Godot collections, dictionary, county resource data, comma, int, county resources, And then this should be county faction resources. This should be county resources. And then we need to go back to this. And this is cost. Where are we at? Yeah, this is construction cost. So we're going to go county improvement data dot faction resource construction cost, comma. Let's put this shit down here. And we'll do the same thing. It's going to be confusing later, but I have it this big so that it's easier for you guys to see, and also I'm starting to get old and die. And county. Okay, so then back to this one, we got to do comma county improvement data. What are we on? Input goods. Mm. Hmm? Hmm? Can we just stick null in there? I guess we can. I remember discussing this last weekend, saying I don't think we need. I thought we added it though. So input goods. No, I thought I had this whole conversation. I thought I ended up adding in faction input goods because you might have to put in money or something, or influence or gold, whatever, ducats. I don't remember. I don't remember not doing that. All right, we're gonna do. This is county input goods. I'm you know what? From now on, I'm gonna err on the side of too much data, right? Too much data over too little data. You know, I was playing that. I streamed that. What the fuck is that game called? Ultimate General American Revolution, and when I fired it up, it said that it was updating this. It was converting and updating the save games. I've never seen a game do that before. Usually, you're just shit out of luck, you know. If you have an old save, I don't know how well it worked, but county improvement data. I mean, the saves worked. Faction input goods. We're on inputs. Yes, we are. Let's do this same dumb shit over here so that it's easy to read. Well, easier for sort of to read. And then we'll do this dumb shit over here too. So output goods. It actually wouldn't be the end of the world if this was in the wrong order too. Output goods. Okay. But you know what? We only have one check here. Need to add the... Maybe I talked about doing this, and then I ended my stream a little bit earlier last time, I think, by like 10 minutes or something. And maybe I was talking about doing this, and I was like, fuck it, I'd rather just go take a nap. That might have been the thing that I did there. Need to add the faction resource check, whatever, here. All right. Oh, this is gonna want to do that thing where it turns it into a bunch of fucking dots and shit that is over my head right now. We'll get to it. All right, so we're gonna test this. We're gonna run this one more time, and then I'm gonna take a quick break. Oh, my cat's having a dream. He caught a rat the other day. It was crying. The rat was, as it was running, my cat was running with the rat in the mouth in its mouth. I was like, "What the fuck is that noise?" I was outside, um, and it seemed excited about it, but all right, which one had the tin? Because something's busted here. One of these, it was an input good of tin wood, I think. So one of these is not working correctly. But we can fix that when I come back. So anyways, yeah, my cat was running with a rat in its mouth. And I was like, what the fuck is that noise? And I saw it, and it was so excited that it caught a rat. And it ran like to go hide and eat it. And then like 5 minutes later, I saw it eating normal food. So I think the rat got away. The poor cat. He he caught a mouse once and ran over and to show it to him, and he dropped it on the ground. And then the mouse jumped up and ran away. He looked so embarrassed. All right, let me throw up my break timer and pause my music that you guys can't hear. And break timer, where are you? Break timer. There we go. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. And I'm ready. I don't know if I'm actually ready, but gotta sound confident, right? Okay. Let's see what the fuck we're doing here. We have a problem, was the thing. Um So which one first? It looks to me, no, influence. So do none of these things have input resources? No, one of them was wood, and I don't remember which one it was though, but we can look. Construction costs, improvement inputs. Okay, so this one is the Fisher's Shed, which is our main testing thing. The Fisher's Shed says no inputs. So let's go back over to here. We're looking at outputs, so that's not going to help us. It doesn't have any inputs. I thought we made one have inputs. But I see all zeros. I guess it says if it has changes. Yeah, I guess we don't have any inputs. Let's put an input on here. Now I gotta remember. So we have, oh, maybe it's because I renamed the variable. It's probably because I renamed the variable. So let's put a county level faction or county level input here. And how was I doing this before? Oh, yeah. I gotta remember because I was fucking it up originally. I was like, this shit doesn't work. Let's say it takes food. Who cares? Excuse me. And then we'll add the key value. And then let's run this again. And I have like 2 sips of coffee left. It was 1 sip of coffee. Fishing shed, canned goods. Perfect. And it's doing the 1 column, which is what we want. So this works. So we were able to combine some code there, right there. So how are we going to do this next part? So the next part we got to do, and I guess we'll do it with one of these. So this is that T thing that ChatGPT was telling me to do, and I actually noticed that I had another T thing. And where were we talking about that? So here's all my drag and drop questions. Todd, skill check, melee. Where are we talking about that? I guess I'll just ask it again. Code refactoring, suggestions. I think it was this. No. Code optimization. Assign workers. No, this is too old. Code optimization. For each. This looks like the same area. Yeah, so add goods panel. So it looks like, wait. Yeah, so this is the add, it's a void thing. So we put this, but we have this T thing. Let's copy this over. And then we just use key value pair over there. And this has to be outside of what we're doing because we're going to use it a bunch. And it's oh. You really learn something new every day, even if you're not expecting it. I guess you don't have to put this private thing in front of the methods either. Huh. Okay. Well, we'll stop doing that too. Like, why do whatever? Um, so add good panel. This should have an S in it. So it's going to instantiate, we're going to need a parent passed in. So we're going to need a grid container, goods parents is what we'll call it. And then, actually, I don't know if we'll need anything else. So that's what this thing should be. I guess I'll continue with my normal way of doing this. Oh God. Is this not? There we go. I was just doing something wrong. Okay. This is the same. The label is correct. This thing, though, is part of the problem because we have these use remnant checkbox hide bullshit. So let's take this out for now, and then let's make sure that this works. And then once we know this works, I don't really understand the T thing, though. I know I said that last time, and I know I should. This is probably some very basic list stuff. And I wonder if it's going to screw me later, because it's like, well, this is a Godot dictionary, I think. Let's hope that this doesn't screw me later. Okay, so for this, we should be able to add goods panel. Let's do the construction costs first. Let's cut this. And then we go add goods container. What did I call it? I thought it was goods. Oh, no, it's panel. It is panel. And then we need to pass in the list that we want. And that is going to be, the dictionary, county improvement data, faction, resource costs, and then the grid is going to be our construction grid container. Okay. And you don't like this, huh? What's your problem? Cannot be inferred. Try specifically typing the argument specifically. You can't figure that out? What does this thing say? Oh, it's putting in key value pair. Wait, am I in the wrong spot? No. Okay. Okay. All right. I get it. Okay. So then that goes to that. We do have faction resources that we can test. Except we don't have goods container. Well, let's comment this thing out, even though it's going to fuck shit up. We'll have to figure out how this works in a second. All right. This is the code that I was talking about in the title of this video that we're deleting. We're combining all of this shit, and it's going to work perfectly at the end, right? All right, so this is only going to... That is an unexpected issue. Wonder why it only did it on the first one. construction costs. We're in the wrong spot here. Fisher Shed. Oh, it only did on the first one because the first one is the first one that we did. Gotcha. It's changed the key to string. It's not what we wanted to do. The key value pair should be... The key is county resource, so we should be able to go, or a faction resource or something. Is it not? We're passing in a key value pair, which should be... Yeah, it doesn't know what this is, though. Do I have to cast it, maybe? If I have to cast it, and it's not gonna know what that is. Because we don't know, it's gonna be different. So we have, the key is the county, or faction resource data in this particular case, but it doesn't know what that is. They both, its name is what's here, but it doesn't know what this is. I think its name. Do I not have faction resource data open of all the things here's a county one. Yeah, it's just name. I'm almost positive the other one is also just name. But it doesn't know what this is. Let's go back to ChatGPT and tell it that. We need to get the name from faction resource data and from county resource data. So it is faction resource data dot name. What? You could overwrite toString and both to print the name. It's printing the name of the resource, not the name of the data in there. It says just put name in here. I don't know. This toString thing is just something I don't know what it was doing with that. Yeah, it can't be just name. Fucking ChatGPT doesn't know what the fuck it's talking about. Now it takes additional parameter. Oh, you're adding something? The name is a string? Can I do that? I don't want it there. I want it here. Key value pair dot name. No. Wait. String name. And then we go up to here. Where the fuck is this thing? It's down here. Then we go... Yeah, it doesn't know what that is. Oh, wait. We have to go key. There we go. That seems dumb. But I guess that's what we gotta do. We gotta make sure all that shit's named the same. But I mean, I should be doing that anyways. Except I think some of this stuff I have like county resource name and faction resource name. All right, so there it is. And there it is. I guess we haven't done it on that one yet, but this is where the bug was. So I guess that works. So let's try this with the next part. We need this one. We need that shit there temporarily because we're going to have to figure out how to fix that next. So then let's use this thing. Get rid of this garbage. And this is identical. It's a different thing, but it's identical. ChatGPT sometimes does some weird shit. It hates the initializing a new list in C# with the brackets. Hates it. Hates it. Okay, that works. So we have our input of money, or our goods produces money and fish, and we have our canned food for input. We have our construction costs, even though all we're looking at is construction costs, so the other ones don't matter. Now let's figure out what the fuck this thing is. We can get rid of this as long as... Yeah... This is for construction costs. So construction costs... Is that true? I don't think that note to myself is true. Because we could use remnants for construction. Oh, in this stage, though, it doesn't matter. At this stage of the construction, so like at this point, it doesn't say use remnants until you go over to here. It should pop up use remnants. And yeah, we definitely want that to happen. So what we'd have to do, we'd have to either return a goods panel container, which isn't the end of the world. I mean, I guess that's our choice here. What is this goods panel container? It actually really is called just goods panel container. Good panel container. I think that should be goods with an S. Then over here, but this is wrong. I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna make this work for both of these, and then we'll smush it into one method. So if this equals none, it should hide it. But if it equals... I don't think we're actually moving these things. Like, maybe we are, but I think we're regenerating these when anything happens. So, like, I don't think we're, like, reparenting these. I think we're destroying, like, when you click construct, and yes, it blows everything away and it regenerates it. I think that's what it's doing, but let's double check. We have this open somewhere. Yeah, it does. It recreates it. So it does need to check. So it does need to double check this stuff. So if it's under construction, we need to see the use remnants. If it's pretty much everything else, we need to see the use remnants. I think. We'll see here in a second, though. All right. Let's see if this works. Now we have some other problem. It's doing this twice. Did it do that last time? Generate construction costs. Oh. You know why it's doing it twice? Because I have it in here twice. Okay. All right. So let's do this again and double check. I still hate how these check boxes are almost invisible. We'll have to really, that's going to have. Oh, we had one individual. I forgot about this. I actually like this better. Where we could control, like, influence, we wouldn't be able to do it. So let's fix this. This shit's so complicated for like the simplest stuff. Let's get rid of this use remnants for construction. That idea doesn't even work anymore. We just changed how we're doing everything. Use remnants for construction as a label. Remnants for construction. Checkbox. Get rid of you. Get the fuck out of here. Yeah, give me my bugs. Yeah, get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. Okay, we won't do that anymore. Back to our construction thing. So this is actually going to be more complicated. So first things first, you can't use remnants for faction level resources. So we can just put this here. Whoops. You can't use remnants for faction resources to replace faction resources. So that's always going to be hide. This is going to, we don't give a shit. It's always going to be hide. So then this one, wood and remnants, the only other thing we have to check is we don't want to have a use remnants box if there's a remnants is one of the things you have to use. So this hides it. Else if there's probably a better way to do this. Let's just do this, and then once again we'll get ChatGPT to help us improve our code. Value, no. Key, county resource type, remnants. Why won't you give me the remnants? Will anything show up here? No. Why not? Oh, no. No, this is right. Oh, God, I hate insert. Is equals to all enums dot remnants. There we go. Then we hide this. Else we show this thing. There's probably got to be a better way to do that, but once again, we'll just use ChatGPT to hopefully improve my knowledge here of what the fuck I'm doing. Yeah, I should definitely put in a bug thing for that. I know they're just going to say, don't do that. Okay, so we got to fix something in here. We probably can delete this and this hiring label. I'm pretty sure we can just delete it right now, but let's run one more time. I don't think the hiring label is going to be very useful. We can put it back later too if we decided we needed to. So this was making this. It costs canned goods. The construction cost is this. So this all looks right. Let's go to our construct thing. Remnants doesn't have it. Wood does. So maybe I should just change this to like a big button with toggle so it's obviously what we want to see here. All right, so we've only checked 2 of the states, the statuses. Let's just delete these things too. I might regret this. Construction but there we go. Let's save this. Let's run this again and see what happens because that could have thrown off something. I don't think it will because they were both hidden. I guess it doesn't really check anything there. Still looking good. So this, let's just ask ChatGPT, yeah. Is there a way to improve this code? It's just going to give me a bunch of question marks and dots. Lambdas, too. It's such a fuck garbage. That's better? All right. Well, I guess we'll do this. I don't know if this feels better to me. Okay. Um, we have the key value pair up here. So we can turn this, though, into hide, use remnants. Stinkle, how's it going? Remnants. Remnants. There we go. And we'll put this inside here. And then we'll K and D it. Except it didn't like that. It doesn't give a shit about my Ks and my Ds. We'll do this. We'll do this. It's going pretty good, actually. We're going to pass in. I think we got to pass in one of those T things. I think we got to do a T thing. We got to do this thing. You know, we don't. Because we do. This only happens with county resources. So can I just pass in a fucking thing? Can I just pass in this thing? And then we go key value pair. Well, let me do that. Yes, it will. And then we need to pass in a goods container. So a good container. uh, how's your coding been going, Stinkle? Panel container. And then we pass in this thing. And then we'll test. Then we'll test. I watched that Beverly Hill Cop, the new one. And I don't know why I watched it. I was just curious. I actually rewatched the first one like a year ago. And man, Eddie Murphy, he just seemed tired the whole time. I mean, I know he's like 150 years old at this point, but uh, it still was weird. Yeah, we should change this to a button or something. I'm going to put in a note because it's just too ugly. Change use remnants to a button or something because a checkbox is invisible. We'll put this here. And this will go up to here. And then get a week off. How'd you get a week off? If I may ask, I actually took Friday off. I have a bunch of vacation time stockpiled. I like to stockpile my vacation time. So this works. I guess we need to add it to another thing. What the fuck is this? Why is this all commented out? We should delete that. We should delete that. All right, so check. So we've reduced this one down to I know it is a zombie. I wonder what it is. I don't want to fuck with it right now because it's not. I don't want to get too sidetracked. You know what's dawning on me here though? We can reduce this code even more. We can turn this into one method. Uh, We could call this like generate. Oh, we got to do our thing though. Generate goods panels. And then we can put this in here. But what we need to do then, let's put this up here. Let's put this up here. Well, let's look at this first. The first thing we're gonna need to know. PTO, yeah. Yeah, so same thing. Like but I stockpile it. I try not to take big long vacation because of my love of stockpiling. I used to like love taking like weeks off and stuff, but I start getting bored. I guess that's an age thing. I don't know. It's an age thing for me. When I was younger, I would have taken fucking 10 days off. And, you know, you get the weekends, so that's 4 days, and then you take the week off. You know, you're at 9 days. Um, it was great. I loved to just fuck around, drink all day and stuff. It was fucking amazing. But now I get bored after a couple of days, so I just try to take days off, and then I try to stockpile just in case like I get canned or something and they got to pay me out. Yeah, I never do anything productive. It sounded like you used the time productively. I never do it. I would just like sleep, drink, hang out, watch TV, watch movies. Now I just get bored. So we're gonna have to pass in. Let's do this. Let's just be lazy and tell ChatGPT to do it. Um, can you make this better? Yeah, exactly. Your hard farm life? You know, my parents always used to crack that, like, well, once I turned 18, if I lived at their house, they would crack the whip on me. Man, and I wonder if some of that is some of me not wanting to do anything is because of that. I grew up on an earth integrated home too, which means that there's dirt on the roof. It's like a partially buried house, and they used to make me like weed the roof, and I hated that shit. Uh, and now I think that's part of my hate of physical labor. Add goods panel. Yeah, it was kind of weird. I wish I had good pictures of it. Hide use remnants. So let's use this. Let's do their thing, except they got some vars in here. Can you replace all the vars? It sounds like a hobbit hole. You know, I used to joke with people that it was a hobbit hole. It didn't really look like one. I don't think I have any pictures of it. It's Google Maps never could find it, which I thought was interesting. It would always say the house was like the garage because they had like an offset garage that also had stuff on the roof. But uh, and I always thought that was funny. Like it knew the address and knew that there was supposed to be a house there, but it couldn't figure out what the house was. All right, so let's copy this stuff. This is actually the one we're gonna use first. I'm gonna like copy this over in little pieces here. What did you call this? Add? Okay, let's go back there and copy the right shit. Oh, it is this whole thing. I only want this little part, otherwise I would use that copy code thing. My parents actually just did a bunch of remodeling and they added stuff so the roof is less oh, they got this stupid name thing going on here again. Oh no, that's. Oh, but this stupid name thing doesn't work now. This seems very convoluted, honestly. And it doesn't look that much better. I think, fuck it. We've done enough combining of code, right? Let's just make this generate goods. What was the one? This is the one I was going to do. Just get out of here. We don't need that shit. Right? Right? I kind of. Okay, alright. Fine, fuck it. Um, yeah, it doesn't know what this thing is anymore, so we'd have to pass that in as well. Again, can you make it with less lines of code? Uh-oh, here we go. Oh, and see, now it's like, um, well, now it's just uglier. Mm, and so to make it, can you make it prettier too? It's weird when it gets like lagged out like that. I wonder what it's doing. Made KVP more readable while keeping it precise. All right, let's just copy this all over and see what happens. We'll do it. We'll do it. We'll do it the way. No, I don't like the key. I don't actually. I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna rename this to key value pair. Key value pair. And this isn't gonna work though. See, it's dumb. Uh, Tizzo, thank you for the follow. How was your day going? Yeah, it doesn't like this name thing because it can't get this from the key. Let's move this down so it's this could stay on the screen. So when the add goods panel, we're also going to have to put in a string here with the name, and this will be name. Like it did before. What the fuck is this? Why can't I just put in true? Is this a truple or some shit? Add goods panel. Oh, wait. What is going on here? No, that's right. Wait. Yeah. That's right. What is this thing? Why can't I just put true here? Comma, whatever. What do we got up here? Oh, shit, though. We don't know the key value pair. We don't know the name of the thing. Now, let's put this back just for a second here. Yeah, I don't know why it's doing that. Anyways. Panel. So this is the resource that it's passing in. We can't use the thing though. Key, whoops. Because it doesn't know what this thing is. It is a part of the key. Oh, we got some key value compare bullshit over here. No, I don't want that. I want the name of the... Oh, you don't like this either, huh? Because there's a variable in the key, which is, whatever, the county or whatever resources. I mean, we can put like a getter setter or something that if the name's updated, it automatically sets that. But it seems like extra work that hopefully we don't have to necessarily use. Because can we cast this? Oh, but we can't cast it because we don't know which one it's going to be. And we can't pass it in because we don't know which one it's going to be. We were able to do it. You know what? Fuck this thing. We'll just go back to the way it was. Let's go back all the way back. Get out of here. All of you. All of it. All of the changes. Get out of here. There we go. We'll leave it like this for now. And then if I care later, we have a bunch of bugs here, it says, though. So there's probably... Oh, I went too far. Get out of here, bugs. Maybe? Where are you at? Forward again. Forward. Wait, I think yeah, no, this is the one. Yeah, you can go away. You can go away. And do this old school with my eyeballs. There we go. I think we're going to have more issues trying to figure out, because of my lack of knowledge, to make that work. So let's just go with what we got. Yeah. So, I try not to use my eyeballs for anything, for searching and things. So let's start at the top. Let's go down, check for goods for the column. This is good. Let's copy our stuff here. We have one that's working. It's right here. I mean, they're identical, though. Well, they're not identical, but they're very, very similar. I wish I could get that. I don't know. It doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter. Let's do this. So this is the new thing that we're doing at the top here. So all this code will go. Oh, shit. No, all this code won't go. Let's paste this thing in here. And then so we have the good container. This is outputs. Yeah, so outputs, we don't need this. We don't need this at all. I guess actually, if we do want to just make sure it's hidden. So let's go back a tiny bit here. We'll just make sure that this use remnants, because these are outputs. I just want to make sure that that panel's gone. And then this shit's gone. But this needs to be in here. This needs to be up here. I don't know, there's some sort of clusterfuck going on up here. What is your problem? And top level statement. Oh, did I do the thing again? I think I did the thing again. We're missing a thing somewhere. We're missing a thing somewhere. Generate output. Look at all this. We need this for each should be here. I think we need one of these. No, I'm making it worse. This one should be here. There we go. Eating a lurky, lurky, a lurky sandwich. That's that is a good. Okay. Turkey's pretty good. You know, I get like lunch meat all the time from the store, and it's not the same unless you get it like from the deli. But then you got to pay them with your firstborn child and shit, and it goes bad too quickly. I like the stuff that's got like just packed with preservatives. All right, so we have our ad panel. We're hiding the checkbox. We're in faction, right? Yeah, we're in faction. But then we have another one of these things. And well, let's fix this other thing first. What is this shit? Okay, so that's the other half of this part. So this should go here. And this is gone. So this is the county resource thing. This is the faction resource thing. We got to come up with a new method for this garbage. Is this how this actually works? Did I save this shit? I did. We're just gonna double check that this looks right. Because we already changed one thing that I thought looked great last week, but now I didn't like this week. We have this duplication thing happening here, and this construction costs. Something has gone wrong here. The thing, let's see. This needs to be outputs. We are in the outputs, right? Yep. Let's copy that. This thing needs to, whoa, not that thing. This thing needs to be that. And then, at least they're easy fixes. So far. So far. You know it's a problem if I'm like trying to find a place where a process is being run. I'm clicking the wrong buttons here. So I can look at a variable at all times. Okay, we have another problem here. The goods produced is we're not pulling from the wrong thing here. This is outputs. This is outputs. All right, one last time here, and this will be right this time. Fingers crossed. Oh, Jesus Christ. County improvement data, faction output goods. Oh. This is county. We'll make this work. It's everything's gonna be beautiful and lovely at some point. Well, maybe not beautiful or lovely. Barely functioning. So everything will be barely functioning at some point. All right. Money, fish, canned goods, things. Use remnants. We're missing the produce only thing. So this isn't working anyways. Because it's under construction. So we need to build it. Hopefully I don't have a very long thing on there. Okay, it's done. Only produce money. What is the point of this only produce bullshit? The idea being, let's say, I think this is the thought process here, is back to our scouting equipment, which we're getting there. We're eventually going to get there. It's not even listed on a building we can build because we have to research it first. All right, so on scouting equipment, we could produce two types of things, I'm supposing. Is this what we're thinking? Is we have our, like, scouting equipment could be infantry equipment or scouting equipment, and then we would click on this and we would produce two things. And we would no longer be producing, let's say it was infantry equipment and scouting equipment. We would say we only want infantry equipment, and then it would stop producing the other thing. I don't know if I like that idea. I'd rather have it so that the people who are working there know what to switch back and forth to. Like, let's say that there's no infantry equipment, they would switch their, at the beginning they're going to make one infantry equipment and one scouting equipment, let's say, and then scouting equipment keeps going up. Then they would kick over, there's a ton of scouting equipment, they would kick over and start producing only infantry equipment. So back to Victoria 3, one of the things I find extremely annoying is how you have to micromanage and, like, tell the guys who are, like, producing wood, they can produce two different types of wood, right? They can produce the basic wood and then hardwood. And, after a while, like, they're producing too much hardwood and they just keep producing it until it's fucking worthless. And then, but at the other time, the normal wood's skyrocketing in price, and they will not change. They will not change until you adjust it yourself. And I do not like that. And, like, that's, then you gotta, like, every like couple years in the game, not in real life, obviously. A couple years in the game, you gotta, like, stop and go through all your fucking things and look at the market. Not even every couple years, probably every year you gotta do it and look through and be like, oh, I'm producing too many wood ships instead of fucking ironclads and blah blah blah. I don't want that. I want them to do it automatically. Let's not do this only produce for now. I'm not going to delete it though, because I think we're gonna have to adjust it later. I'm not going to delete the thing like we did the hiring thing, but let's just get rid of this for now. I don't think we need this. What we'll do instead, actually, is we'll copy this. I'm going to put a note in here. We're going to hide this with those fucking dots. Get those dots out of there. What are you doing? There we go. And I'm going to put a note in here, though, of what the plan here is. We aren't using this right now, but it is quite possible we will use it in the future. Copy. And then up here, The fuck was that thing called? Only produce or something? Produce only? Where you at? Produce is needed. We need that. We definitely need that. I don't think works yet though. I think we're gonna have to go in. What the fuck is this thing? Only produce checkbox? Goods panel container. I guess it's in here. Yeah. We'll just make sure it's hidden. Okay. So next on the list though. Oh my god, another hour's passed. I want to try to get this part that I like kicked down the road last week and finished. I'm hoping. I'm gonna take a break in like 2 seconds though. We're close. We're getting there. We need our outputs or our inputs. Here's our inputs. Yeah, I'm gonna leave this right here so I can remember exactly where I'm at. I am going to pause my music that you guys can't hear and um, throw up my break timer. There we go. And I'll be back in less than 5 minutes. That's weird. Where's my break timer? Okay. That's strange. I didn't look to see if it appeared because it usually flashes on and off. I guess it's busted. Huh. Weird. Maybe it ran out of time. It's not supposed to. But whatever. No break timer. I'm still streaming, I think. Yeah, it says I am. So weird. Okay. No break timer turned off. I'll try it again after I'm done, I guess. All right. Well, maybe I don't know. I've seen it get to 0 before and it worked earlier, I think. there's, there's always some there's always some issue with something, you know. Yeah, it says I'm still streaming. All right, whatever. Uh, needed to add the faction resources. Okay, so we've done we've done the thing. Use remnants checkbox. So yeah, we got to do the input goods and that's it. So the thing is with see now my like volume's all low and shit. Oh, it's just this one song that has that problem. Fucking stupid. Okay. Song that you guys can't hear. Let's go back to this. Output goods is working, I think. Input goods, we can get rid of this. We can copy in this. But we got to put in the right stuff. Yeah, this is inputs. Inputs. And we have that checkbox thing, the check for, what's it called? That's that. See, that was easy. I haven't tested it yet. So then we're gonna need this, but I want this above because we'd have it above here on the other stuff. And this is gonna be faction inputs. And that's the inputs grid container, that's right. And then we need this to go down here. We got something wrong, here we go. Faction resource. You're not gonna fix yourself? What's your problem? Oh, actually with this one, we always hide. We gotta find one. Here's one. We'll copy this. Inputs grid container, faction inputs. I mean, we reduced the code like probably by half. Okay, by a third. Probably by a third. And it only took an hour and 2 hours and 15 minutes. We did a few other things too, but canned goods, money, fish. Let's add some more items to the fisher's shed. For what are we outputting? Our outputs, we have a faction. Our inputs, let's add in a county level one just for the fuck of it. Or sorry, a faction level one. We'll say it takes influence. And we'll do an influence of 2. And then we'll add that value. And then we'll do this. And then we're to the next step of this thing. that was pretty satisfying for me at least. All right, so then we have inputs is canned goods, outputs is money and fish. Inputs is canned good, outputs is money and fish. Inputs is wrong. Did I not restart this? Here we are in the Fisher's shed. Inputs, influence, and canned goods. It didn't work. Something has gone south with our inputs here. We are checking faction resources, faction inputs. We're adding the container. The key value pair is at the top. The inputs container is there. The name is there. Then we do it again. We hide the remnants thing. Inputs goods. Faction input goods. I know what the fucking problem is. Faction resource type, faction for county, county input goods, faction input goods equals county improvement data, faction input goods. This is why I want to test everything all the time. It's the minor shit that really fucks you if you're not planning for it. All right. Influence canned goods. Goods produced, money and fish. Input, influence canned goods. Influence construction costs is influence wood and remnants. We're gonna construct this. Our goods produced is this stuff. And so we have our used remnants. Oh shit. We can't use remnants on perishable items. That's not true though. What does our list of perishable items include? You can't use food though. But that's easy to what are our types? Faction level types. I think if we do a faction level type here, so where is this thing? We have this check for hide use thing. If the county, and can we just add a thing in here? We might just be able to add a thing in here. So I like to do this slightly differently than the way ChatGPT does it. I like to do it like the whatever these are called over on the left, not over here, because then you can see that this is, for me, it's easier to see that this is a continuation. Or this key value pair key faction resource type is equal to all enums. Faction, it was right there. Food. Okay. So let's see if that, so we don't want it, you can't eat remnants. Or could you? No, canned food is the equivalent of a remnant. So we need to construct this. But what we should probably do is, because that worked, we should probably in here put in like wood or something. What was this at? This was under the goods produced. No, this is input goods. Goods produced we also should double check just to make sure our outputs. Let's add another one of these. We'll put wood because that's a building material. And then we'll say it produces 5 wood. This is for the Fisher Shack, so this is obviously a test thing. What's this fucking knoll doing in here? Fuck out of here. Was I testing something? It worked with that knoll in there. Okay, so it produces fish and wood, whatever. And then it also produces money. Then for inputs, we'll add, at the county level, we'll say it costs wood to... Oh, you know what's happening is I keep hitting add pair. That's happening. I'm just doing it wrong, of course. Then we'll add this pair value. And then we'll go back to here. And okay, so the goods produced is money, fish, and wood. The inputs is canned good. That's perfect. We'll hit yes to this. Goods produced, it shouldn't say use remnants, but this one does. And so does this one for the construction cost. So the idea is that you can click this and it would start using remnants if you were low on wood or whatever. Because that's at the beginning, you're not going to have very many resources, but you're going to have a lot of remnants. Okay, that works. So back to this thing. We need to build this just to double check that this is working to that level. So let's go back to here. The construction cost is gone, which is what we want because it's been considered. We have produce as needed. We have prioritize. Goods produced is here. We have our max workers. Use remnants. I don't think this does anything yet. Yeah, it doesn't do anything. Okay, so now we're to our real problems, which is research. So research. Okay, we have this check in here that I don't want here anymore, which was called something. This thing. Update output. Okay, let's do this again. I think we'll have to have storage in there too for, it'll be like a non-tangible thing. That check just is, I don't like that, how that check used to work. So like on this one, it says research 0, and it shouldn't say 0. It should actually be a number. And what we'll do is we'll use that number in the research production, whatever. Yeah, we can make that work perfectly. All right, so we have this number here now. There's no inputs, whatever. We don't give a shit about that. I don't remember how long we have this, how much construction it takes. All right, not very much because it's done. All right, so goods produced, research, produces needed. Produces needed. Produces needed wouldn't do anything in this particular case. Prioritize would. Produces needed. How would we know? Okay, we could actually do this. We can do this. We could say if the resource it's producing is research, we don't show produces needed because it doesn't make any sense. Produce as needed is just to set it so that they won't overbuild, back to the scouting equipment and the infantry equipment example. So let's say you're building scouting equipment only for some reason. Whatever, that's all you have right now. But scouting equipment actually isn't used that much, so you might stockpile this huge amount. And so what we will have is that produce as needed button, which you click that, and the produce as needed, it will only produce like 2 or 3 above what is equipped or whatever. It will produce double of whatever's equipped, and then the people can work somewhere else. And then once that goes lower, they'll start working on it again. And it doesn't make any sense with research. I guess we don't need this then. And we don't need that enum that I created earlier today too. Produce without workers. I don't think we're using that either. Awaiting player assignment. I don't think we're using that either. Are we using this? This is waiting for the... Okay, so that is a kind of a minor issue. That probably... This is going to be kind of a pain. Maybe we just leave it up to the player to figure it out. But this is the thing. It doesn't produce the research unless you assign the research to the office. So that's what this other thing is. We can turn this into one line of code, I think. We can turn this into 3 lines of code, I think. Let's just get rid of these. Let's delete these other ones, because they're just holding shit up. They're just making shit look ugly. Okay. Now I got sidetracked. What are we doing? Okay, produce as needed. We need some sort of check then. That's if the output goods, this goes through all of them. Is research is a faction level thing? It is. So what we could do, since this is going through all of them, we could just have a little thing in here. I'm just going to write it, and then we can see if we can reduce it. It's actually just in the output goods. If key value pair key resource type is equal to all enums dot resource faction resource type dot research, then we do... I feel like there's got to be an easier way to do this, but I guess not. Produce as needed hide. And I think that's all we need to do, and it's just in the output goods. I think. This is one of those things too that maybe later I'll reduce it more. That all looks right. Obviously, I've stared at this thing for so fucking long that there's probably like 12 mistakes that I just can't even see. All right, that looks right, but let's build like a lumberjack station. Actually, let's build one of these guys. We can't build this for some reason. I think probably we don't have any remnants, wood, or influence. Hey. We have one of something. We have 1, 3, and 1. We should be able to build that. One, 1, 78. Oops. Just double checking here. 1, 3, 1. And how much influence do we have? We have 1,300 influence. We should be able to build this. So we got a problem here with our check for this construction cost. So let's go look at that. I guess it's a good thing that we had this test here. Check for construction resources. Check building costs. County improvement data. If the county improvement data factors resource cost is not equal to null, for the key value pair in faction resource construction cost, just making sure that we had this thing. Is this checking the wrong? What is this checking against? What county are we in? County equals get child county improvement location. Resource type is less than the key value, return false, otherwise return true. Return false, return false. Let's double check. Construction cost, 78, 1, and 1. I wonder if, where are we setting this location of this thing? Good God. Where are we setting this location? Update work location. Update work location. That shouldn't be, yeah, that's not what we want. Update work location, update work location. Select county. So there's a couple of things that could be going wrong here. The fuck is this? County population. County population. Select county. I wonder if we never set that location. No, it has to be, because does it have to be? Capture county. There's probably a better way to look for this. County data, county improvement data dot location. How would it know? I don't think I can look at the resources here. I bet you it thinks it's in here. There's a flaw to my plan here. And I know what it is, I think. It could, well, there's a couple of places, but I think this is what's happening. It's under... When we complete research, it assigns... research item button, is it on here? It's complete something. I mean, I think it's just complete research. Yeah, so we're adding to all the improvements in here, but they don't have a location, I don't think. What is this thing? Oh, this was like some test I was doing. Let's see here. Wonder why it works at all then. When this thing opens, actually, I bet you when we do the building confirmation, we assign its location. And at the beginning, it doesn't have a location, but it can't check against that location's resources. And it's probably its location's like null or 0 or some shit. Charge for building. County improvement location is supposedly being used here. You know, we might be able to check here. If we go to remote and we go to county improvements. So it's way down here. Possible. Location is 0. So its location shouldn't be 0. Let's look under our current. Do we have anything in here? I don't. Yeah. No. Yes, we do. And its location is 1. It's getting assigned the location after. I don't know where the fuck it's getting assigned, but it's getting assigned after it's being built. Charge for building. This is just a big long GD print there. Build improvements. Find county improvement of type, build improvements. I don't see where it's getting assigned this location. I mean, we should have been able to find it with county improvements data dot location. It's getting the right one, but where? How? I mean, I guess I could have called it something like improvements. And that's copying it over, so that's in the right spot. You know, another way we could test, actually, is we could close this. We can go over here. We could go to county improvement that's free, lumberjack station, hit OK, close that thing. Oh, no, we need that open. Open this thing up, go back over to here, and go to here. Its location's wrong. Its location's 0. All right, there's an easy way to fix this, actually. It just popped in my head. I think it's easy. County Improvement Control. Create all county improvement buttons. It's blowing my mind that one of these has worked this whole time. I guess I don't need to move that over there. Well, this one says 0, 2. This is current. Oh no, no, that's right. This should say 1. So the reason why it's not needing the location of this place is because it's pulling from a list, and we're adding it to the list, and there is no location. Okay, so the location thing isn't really used at this point. So is there another way we can do this? Because we can just add the location when we need to. Is there a way we can do, like, get the parent of, how are we getting this list? We're dating from the currently selected left click, which is what we want, and we can add that. We can add that to the county improvement. I have a feeling we're going to want that location now, because it currently, maybe we don't need the location. Let's do this. Let's comment this out and see what happens. We've been able to comment other shit out today. Let's see how much garbage damage we've done. None. We've done no oh, there it is. Okay, so we need the location from here. Where is this? What is this? The banker's doing this? And what is this thing? This is the check building cost. And we do need its location for this. And how do we know its location? We know its location because the player has selected it. So that's fine, which we can add in there easily. But let's say we're having the AI go through and check building costs. I think we need to put the location in here. Okay, so we do need the location. Because I'm pretty sure the AI... Actually, the AI is going to know where it is too, because it's going through the county. It's going down the county list. Like when it's doing this, it's checking by county. It goes through each county that the AI owns, so we can pass in the county. Let's go back to this. What are the two? Charge for building. I think we can just pass in a county. Let's put it over here, though. County data. County data. And then I'm going to move this over here. So I'm going to try to be better about that, too, for some of this stuff. Like, here's another one. We can go like that. This is going to be add child. No, this is county equals... Oh, we don't need to pass in a county data. We need to pass in a county. They're different. I don't know why. What are we getting off this county? We're getting the county data from the county. So we can pass in a county data here, and we can get rid of this. And then we can blow away this thing. And this is also getting the county data. And this is also getting a county data. And this same thing, we need to put in county data. County data. We'll make this so that it's easier to read for everyone. County. We're going to delete this because we don't need it. We're going to delete this. And we're going to go back to here. Charge for building. We're going to pass in a county data. Oh, we don't know the county data here? That's fine. We're going to put in our county data. And the same thing here. I suddenly have to go to the bathroom really bad. And I'm trying to like type and finish these bugs. Finish the bugs, whatever. Charge for building, globals, instance, left county. You want a county data though. Oh God, it's making me mess up even more. Yes, what do you want? Oh, it's this comma. All right, I think I got to call it a day because I have to go to the bathroom really bad. But I'm going to push this code after I go to the bathroom. And thank you guys for joining me. I will talk to you next time. Have a good